baby gorgeous. Welcome to Bravo and Blaze, where we're going to get lit off all the latest going on in the Bravo TV world. This is a safe and uncensored space to discuss our love for everything pop culture and 420 related. So grab your can of goodies and let's get lit. Yes, we're live. What was that? Luann? Oh my gosh. No, we're not going to do that to Tom Sandoval. Cardboard Luann is ratchet AF, and she's pissed. She is pissed. But I want to welcome you all to Bravo and Blaze with Jenny Blaze. Thank you so much for being here. Today, we are catching up on all things Scandoval. I'm going to share my screen with you from my phone so that you can see all of my Instagram stories, because that's where I've been tracking everything. And then we'll go through the never before scenes from last week's episode. And then we'll go through we'll do a recap of last night's finale episode. Hashtag Scandoval. I don't think I've seen them name an episode with a hashtag in it. What does that mean? And then last night, Ariana Madix had her first interview since Scandoval on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. But before I begin, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be reminded to join in on the interactive chat and see all the wonderful visuals for today's episode. However, if you are a podcast listener, don't worry, because all episodes are available on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. Subscribing, reviewing, sharing, liking, and or leaving a 5-star rating is incredibly appreciated and helps the show to continue to grow. Also, don't forget our social media handle is at Bravo and Blaze on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. Also, don't forget, if you haven't gotten yours yet, there is still time, because we still have at least minimum 3 more weeks of Scandoval. So get your Scandoval merch. We got Team Ariana, Scandoval stationery. I'm learning through this Scandoval journey that I love stationery. And I don't know, I think it might stem from my Korean side. I can get into that another time. But just as a reminder, this is for entertainment purposes only, Luann. I just want to remind everyone, because this is not your source for the world news. This isn't really news. News is when you have a verified source. I go off of what people tell me and things I see on social media, and I'm just documenting my journey and emotional journey that Scandoval has led me on, and I'm sharing it all with you. Also, I want to make sure that it is clear that although we may be upset, we may say some things about some Bravo lebs that they might not like or whatever, just know that we're here to heal together, unpack this trauma together, like group therapy. But I also want to make it clear that this is by no means an avenue or vehicle for bullying, meaning I do not condone people trying to hurt the Bravo lebs in any way, physically attacking, trying to ruin people's lives, sending death threats. All of that is completely crossing the line. That's my opinion. Let's all try to heal. But also, I forgot to mention that the Scandoval merch is available on bravoandblaze.com. Also, I'm going to go through some of my slides on YouTube. If you're watching on Instagram or you're a podcast listener, make sure you come over. This is where you can see all the merch. We also have a Scandoval survival kit on Amazon. This is where we're collecting all things Scandoval related. There's lightning bolt necklaces. We have self-care products. I've been using my red light therapy for my skin because Scandoval has caused me to break out. I have acne now. Writing that down in my Scandoval notebook. But make sure you check that out. All the links are in the show notes, by the way, so you can go check that out. Also, I want to mention we've rebranded the Patreon from bonus Scandoval content to Scandoval trauma bonding. This is where we're doing deep dives of each episode and taking a fine-tooth comb and walking through all of it. Because there's even more now that I'm going through it like third, fourth time or whatever. I'm still finding more stuff, and it's just disturbing and crazy and wild. Oh my gosh. But also on Patreon, if you're interested in learning about content creation or turning your passion for Bravo into an online business, then join our content creation behind the scenes on Patreon. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go to Vanderpump Rules. Oh, Lordy. How's everyone? I've been so nervous. My stomach is hurting. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, I'm going to go through my Scandoval stories. Make sure you join over here. I see that person making trolling comments. Like, really, if you don't like it, then go away. Okay, I'm going to switch gears because there's so much to show. The first thing that happened after last week's episode, Tom Sandoval's in Washington, D.C., and he posts a picture. Like, maybe he's trying to make himself not look like the biggest dick, but he's literally standing next to the Washington Monument. Ugh. Also, I'm still upset about Terry Maloney being disrespected. It's totally unacceptable. You're also going to see, if you're on YouTube, you'll see that I reposted Honda Civic selfies. Little reel that they have, or TikTok, whatever you want to call it. It's so funny. It's like a mashup of Kris Jenner and Tom Sandoval. Just so funny. And also, I tag everyone in my stories. These stories are all in my Instagram highlights, story highlights. If you want to get caught up, you want to go back and watch things in chronological order, make sure you do so. And also, these content creators don't get enough credit, and that's why I make sure that I tag all of them, because they're giving me life here. That was Vanderpump Rules party. Because last week, I think while I was doing my live stream, we got the new scenes for the reunion. There was a bunch of photos that came out. Okay. Oh, how the heck knows? Oh, yeah. So we talked about this Terry thing. But look, he's like, this is what these creepy pictures that Tom Sandoval has been posting on his Instagram are like really disturbing to me. And like, it's like uncomfortable. Like this picture of him, I don't know where he is. I think he said it in here. I don't know. I just kind of skipped over it, but everyone's disturbed by this. At least on Twitter, I know they are. I also, in my stories, post like, you know, what I got from Amazon and stuff like that. So you can always go check that out. Also, I need to give a shout out to Cannabis Mom Boss. Some of you who have been following me have already, or may already know Cannabis Mom Boss. That is, you know, where I am building. I dropped some stuff. Cannabis Mom Boss helps to empower others to safely and confidently come out of the quote-unquote green closet as cannabis consumers, to modernize the perception. This topic has been going on Bravo a lot lately, and I need to get out of Scandoval and get back to it, because my last Cannabis Mom Boss podcast episode was with Margaret Josephs from Real Housewives of New Jersey, but I put all of that on pause for a little bit because I got cyber attacked. Like, just Jersey fans, I love you all, but y'all may need therapy, just saying. Okay, so here was news from Vanderpump Rules party. We found out that before Schwartz and Sandoval went to the Something About Her party that they had, and we see them on the show going to the party. See, they got the flowers for them and everything. They were hanging out with Joe, Schwartz's roommate, and Raquel before that. awful, guys. Okay. So Bravo Snarkside posted from Dumas. This is a blind item. Word on the street is Schwartz is in Sydney, Australia, and was spilling the beans. He was at a bar on Tuesday night and shared, one, he knew Rachel and Sandy hooked up on jacuzzi night, but Sandy told him it was a one-time thing. Schwartz was shocked by the affair and it messed up his relationship with Sandy. I don't understand that one because I thought jacuzzi night happened when Ariana's grandmother passed away and she was out of town or whatever. So I'm confused. Like, they mention a one-night stand and a one-night thing, but they aren't very clear with it. And I don't know if we'll ever get answers because I think that's part of their technique is to, when you make up lies, like you have to like muddle things for people because they can't keep up with it. They don't know the truth and they don't even know how to explain themselves. That's just my theory, whatever. Schwartz and Sandy's is making no money. I believe that one. Rachel is legit in a mental health facility and they're concerned about her harming herself. Okay, so that one does, that concerns me. I know this is all for entertainment, but don't forget that these are real people. And I was actually talking to my dad yesterday and I was like, you know what I love about reality TV is that, don't forget, like I'm from the generation of choose your own adventure. And like, back in those days, we didn't have the kind of technology that we have now. So soap operas were like how people got their drama fix that we're now getting from reality TV, mainly Bravo, right? So I feel like in today's world, reality TV is like an intersection of soap operas, like, do you guys watch soap operas? Like, I don't even watch any, but I feel like it's an intersection of soap operas and a choose your own adventure in the sense that like these are real people and the things that we write or that we say or like the public opinion actually does affect the storyline. And like our generation is so used to that because we loved choose your own adventure. Like that's how I see it. I don't know. I just had to throw that out there. Let me see. Let me continue. We wish Raquel the best and we don't want anyone to harm themselves. So we advocate for mental health. Absolutely. The other thing is he still misses Katie and wouldn't stop talking about her, but they aren't together. Yikes. Okay, so that was like last week, right? We all thought Schwartz was in Australia. And then, because he's there for Stars on Mars, don't forget he filmed a show or something with Portia from Real Housewives of Atlanta and Lance Armstrong and Ronda Rousey. Anyways, I posted this a while ago. It's the choreography or it's the music video of Paula Abdul's Cold Hearted Snake. And I really think that a flash mob dance would be fun at BravoCon. So let me know if you're in, because 90% of people said that they're down for it. All right, so Vanderpump Rules, we got live Q&As. Oh, Bravo and Peacock, they posted a new Vanderpump Rules catch-up guide. And like, I've seen all of these, so I was like, I already know them all. But then on the second slide, I was like, oh yeah, I haven't rewatched all the Watch What Happens Live episodes from Vanderpump Rules night. So I did that for the weekend. I was like, yes. Also, I believe they have like asterisks next to some of the episodes and it says new edition. I think there's some like never before seen footage that they added in or something. I'm not sure. But we did hear that Peacock is releasing like uncensored footage from the whole season on Peacock. So if you don't have Peacock, you're going to miss out, but I'm going to watch it. And I think they said they're going to start releasing it after each reunion episode. So yeah, everyone was rightfully so upset about what happened in last week's episode with Terry Maloney, Katie's mom. And on Kristen's podcast, we had Janet. I don't know if you guys know Janet. I'm sure you've seen her before. She's never been like full-time cast member or anything, but she said to us, or Us Weekly quoted her, there was little stuff that I'm surprised actually they cut out, including Tom Sandoval really spoke horribly to Terry Maloney. Also, don't forget, it's AAPI month. All my Asians, I'm Asians. Don't forget, I didn't know that white people didn't wash their rice either, and I'm half white, so I thought that was kind of, I bet Tom Sandoval doesn't wash his rice. So last week when Ariana was like, well, you know, Logan and I, we love to talk about Love Island. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to watch Love Island. And I was going to, but there really is like 50 episodes, and that seems like a separate project. So I will get to that at some point. However, from talking to people who do watch Love Island, they said Love Island UK season 6 was like the best one. So if anyone has time, start there. Oh yeah, and the reunion trailer was released while we were live streaming last week, so you can catch the whole reaction on last week's episode. Okay, so Real Moms posted this, and I thought it was funny because we just got this blind item saying that Schwartz was in Australia, but this says boots on the ground from Schwartz and Sandy's. Someone said, I was at Schwartz and Sandy's last night. Schwartz, Jax, and Joe were all there. Jax said that Joe is trouble and shouldn't be there. Everyone was very friendly and talked or took pictures with everyone. Jax was so talkative and said he's back on the cast next season and is on 4 TV shows now, and that they are announcing the cast for next season this week. Unclear how reliable that info is. He was surprisingly nice and approachable. I think that's the same night he told Heather McDonald that there were like 5 people there. So then this second slide of Real Moms of Bravo's post was so funny. They said, did they talk about Scandoval? And this person said, Max was also there. Yes, Jax said Scandoval hasn't paid taxes in years and the IRS is after him. Jax kept saying how Schwartz is his best friend and he's really worried that he'll get dragged down because of that and lose Schwartz and Sandy's. Then Real Moms were like, oh my God, what? And then, this is the funny part. Joe was very drunk and in the bathroom asked if my friends watched the show. Avi said yes, and she said, do you know Joe? That's me! Me is capitalized. I'm Joe. It seemed like she was very into Schwartz, but I wasn't getting that same vibe from Schwartz to her. Maybe he was just in work mode. Oh my God. I'm dying to know who Kristen Dowdy's crazy friend is, right? Like, that's so funny to me. Diddy My Dowdy, go check that out. Oh, I know some of you are Peloton people, so I saw something on Entrepreneur that they're recalling like 2.2 million, all of the bikes that were sold in the last 5 years. So if you're a Peloton rider, make sure you go check out what that is all about, because that's scary. It makes me think of like, I wonder if this is going on because of like that Mr. Big thing. I'm just kidding, bad joke. Okay. Ew, I feel like Schwartz right now. E! News ranked like all the best lines from the trailer. And I really think the stop filming me part with Tom Sandoval should be included, but you know, we don't want to like give him credit, right? I was surprised by this poll. I did a poll and I asked anyone else start picking out their meals during BravoCon, and it was kind of split down the middle. That's like the first thing I do whenever I have anything going on. I'm like, well, hold on, how's this coordinate with my eating schedule? Sorry, I'm being honest. So, oh my God, if you guys are ever bored at work or whatever and you use ChatGPT, go ask it some Vanderpump questions, because it's so see you next Tuesday. So then I did get permission from Allie Georgeson, who got actual pictures with Schwartz and Jax and Peter at Sir. So after I repost, or usually I will like, if I see something like that I haven't seen yet on Twitter or vice versa on Instagram, I'll put, like I'll take a screenshot and I'll try to tag that person or whatever and share it on the other platform. And on Twitter, when people saw that blind or whatever, boots on the ground from Real Moms of Bravo, they were like, I don't believe it until I see pictures. So then right after that, I saw this picture and I was like, oh my gosh, so it's real. So I just find that interesting, one, because Tom Schwartz was filming an actual show. So, and I think it's a competition show. So I feel like he may have gotten kicked off right away, like the first round or something. But good old Reddit. This is reposted by Bywig Hello Drama. They have a whole rundown with bullet points of everything that went on Kristen's podcast last week. So go check that out, because I'm not going to go through that right now. Okay, so this one. Shayna's wedding dress designers have been going on podcasts and saying, like, they saw Sandoval and Raquel making out or kissing when they were not filming and production crew was around. And I've been saying, like, that to me is telling that production knew this whole time, right? I've been, like, adamant about that. But then on Lala's podcast this week, Katie Maloney and Terry Maloney were on, and Katie actually addressed this. She goes, people have been saying that production definitely knew because the dress designers saw them or whatever. She talked about that whole scenario, and she said, I don't think that they saw production seeing them, Tom Sandoval and Raquel, kissing, but they were, like, hiding it from them, even though production was there. Like, according to Katie, it sounds like she truly believes that production did not know. But I don't know. And maybe it's okay that they knew, but, like, I want to know that. I guess that's the fourth wall mystery part, is how much involvement did production have in these stories and in these lives and all that. And I think it's fine to be like, hey, we're just taking the footage. What they do is what they do, and we are just there for the footage. Or maybe they have rules, which I think they should, where they say, like, if there's some kind of assault or, like, a crime taking place, like, then we step in. I would like to know what those rules are. And I feel like they're probably unwritten rules, but still, I think that's important, and it should probably be consistent across the board. Just my opinion. All right, we're going to move on. Stop filming me, Tom Sandoval. So here, I was going to watch Love Island, and I was like, I can't. So Queens of Bravo posted, don't forget, Tom Sandoval is touring with his band, okay? And these people, I talked to these people in DMs, and they seem very lovely, and I don't think they were being, like, super malicious. But when I saw that there were people who went to his concert with signs that said "worm with a mustache, poo poo head," I mean, it is kind of funny because it was, like, one day after the reunion trailer came out where we all heard James's lines, and it was pretty funny. But I don't know if I would go that far. I think that's when I'm saying, like, let's not use, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's not use this as, like, a vehicle for bullying or harassment or whatever. Like, I think that this might be taking it a little bit overboard. However, I guess they were asked to put the signs away, and they obliged, and they were just like, oh yeah, I know, or whatever. Like, I think they were just having a good time. So shout out to them, because I don't know if I'm giving them a shout out. I am already by talking about it, but I don't know if I condone this behavior. However, I do think, like, they weren't being super malicious. I don't know. I'm getting in trouble now. You get in trouble for anything you say, so I don't care anymore. But Bywig Hello Drama posted, I didn't notice this, but who is this? People have been wondering who this person is and who he was mocking during this moment. He's going like this, like making crying, faces or whatever. It looks like he's doing it at Katie. But I guess it was Ariana's friend, Brett, and it was innocent. How did he explain this? He said the crying wasn't even to Katie's mom. It was to Katie, who called me a nobody loser and said she's never met me in her life despite us having many convos over the last 5 years. That was cut out. But yes, the editing looks like I'm making fun of her mom. And you crazy people will think what you want. You also have to remember this was filmed way before we all knew what we know now. Katie's feelings are extremely valid. So are her mom's. In fact, I believe everyone is entitled to their feelings. That's life. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so right away on Love Island, their intro was like all just like body yaddy yaddy, and I was like, I don't know if I can watch this. This is not really my style. But then I remembered that we had all the Watch What Happens Live episodes, so I'm like, I'm gonna switch gears. But one of the things that I noticed, I'm like, man, Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz were on the first Watch What Happens Live after the premiere, and I was just like, I don't know, I'm deep, okay? I was like thinking maybe production knew, and that's why they put Tom and Tom on in the first episode, because they weren't sure when it was gonna all explode, and they wanted to make sure they got at least one Watch What Happens Live with both of them. But then somebody debunked that on Twitter, so I don't know if production knew yet. That's the big mystery for me. Oh my gosh. So yeah, watching those back was very intense. And interesting, because I had to like bring myself back in time to be like, wait, what episode was this? What is going on? Like, little, so it was just, my butt cheeks were clenched. But you can see, we already know Schwartzy has his hands near his mouth. I started spiraling again, because they're talking about Katie referring to Raquel as a fangirl for rocking the Tom Tom merch. I just want to give a friendly reminder to everyone that Tom Sandoval dressed up as Raquel as a fangirl for Halloween. He dressed up as his mistress, and nobody's talked about this yet. Why? Why aren't we talking about that? I think that's the craziest thing ever. And it didn't come out yet at this time, and just their demeanor and everything is just so creepy. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I'm telling you, you watch this back, you're going to be so nauseated by Schwartz and Sandy. Like, this was, oh my God. I don't even have words, but Sandoval said he would defend Schwartz for throwing a drink on Stassi on her birthday. That tells you everything you need to know about this guy. They're just disgusting. He goes, do you defend Sandoval paying for some of James's proposal to Raquel? And oh my God, it's too much. Diabolical, demented, subhuman for sure. It's just deranged, these two. Whatever. It was a weekend. Mother's Day weekend. Happy belated Mother's Day to everyone. I just wanted to be left alone, and that's what I got to do. And I used my red light therapy like all weekend, and it was like the best thing ever. I loved it. Rest and light therapy. If you're like a hardcore athlete, you could actually incorporate the red light into your recovery phase. So I love the red light. We had another guy at the Tom Sandoval show just screaming Ariana. What's this? Lala, she's so funny. She said, I can't see this. I can't see the whole message, but I love that Lala is weighing in just like the rest of us, and I'm so here for it. Also, don't forget, while Tom Sandoval is doing his shows or whatever, James Kennedy is DJing all over the country, and he's got major bangers, and he's killing it. He's killing it, always on fire. Love it. Scandoval's a liar. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, and guess what else I found out about the red light therapy? It helps with cellulite. I didn't know that. I put on my legs like all weekend. I was like, word? Cellulite, and this person uses it on her plants. I don't even know. I didn't know you could do that. So yes, this is another thing that's bothering me. This is from Face Reality 16 on Instagram. It's a repost from the MVP. I guess Tom Sandoval is now in that Schwartz's mom song. He's now replacing the words Ariana is not for me. He replaced it with Raquel is not for me. And people were saying, is he saying hot for me or not for me? And people are saying he's definitely saying Raquel is not for me. And like I said, I think last week, it bothers me no matter what he's saying. If he's saying it not or hot, like he went on TMZ, and I imagine Josh and him talked before the camera started rolling, and Josh and him had some kind of agreement, like, I'm going to ask you these questions. And that was a video where he's like, so, what about Raquel? What do you think about Raquel or whatever? He mentioned Raquel, and Sandoval went off on Josh. It was like, she's in a mental facility. What don't you understand? Like, oh my God. So for him to like make such a fuss and like verbally attack Josh from TMZ for just like doing what he said he was going to do, and then he goes and says her name during a concert, like that's why people are like, there's news that broke yesterday before the finale, how convenient. He was seen allegedly going on a date with somebody, like somebody check that girl, wellness check please. But also, it all seems too convenient. So I think he's replacing Raquel's name as remember, don't forget, like the lightning bolt necklace was their symbol for loving each other. What if this song is somehow in some twisted way, him saying Raquel in the shows going forward is his way of telling her that he still loves her, because he used to say Ariana's name in there. Also, last night on Watch What Happens Live with Ariana, she said, because Andy asked, do you think that they really broke up? And she said, I don't know if she said, I don't think so or whatever, but she did mention that just 4 days prior at the house, there was a letter from Raquel to Tom. And Andy's like, what do you mean a letter? Like a handwritten letter? And Ariana didn't like really get into it, but I think they're still together. But whatever. I don't know. I love that James Kennedy is doing a Bravo TV interview while he's working out in the gym. That is number one guy in the group status. Love him. So yes, it was Mother's Day. We also got from Pump Rules, they posted all of the episode descriptions for the season finale last night. I'll read them for you real quick. The season finale episode description: cameras pick back up after Ariana discovers that her boyfriend of 9 years is having an affair with one of her best friends. Schwartz panics when the scandal threatens to upend their business. Katie accuses him of being complicit in hiding the truth. Raquel files for a restraining order against Sheena after an alleged altercation. Finally, Sandoval comes clean with another shocking secret. Is it that he cheated? Was that it? Okay. Reunion Part 1, which airs next week. In the explosive and larger-than-life first part of the reunion, Andy sits down for intimate one-on-one interviews with Ariana, Tom, and Raquel to get to the bottom of the cheating scandal that shocked the world. James nearly comes to blows with Sandoval over the affair. Katie and Schwartz rehash the implosion of their divorce. Lala defends herself when the group calls attention to her stance on cheating. Lisa is left speechless when Ariana reveals her stance on her relationships in the group. Raquel watches the reunion from afar due to her restraining order against Sheena. So all of this, like, you know, we hear things in advance, but the one thing that I thought stood out to me was this one sentence where they say, Lisa is left speechless when Ariana reveals her stance on her relationships in the group. So I think that's, I was like, what could she possibly say that leaves Lisa speechless? And also, what could it be that warrants a full sentence in the episode description? And then we got a little bit more clips that came through, since last week. And I think she says, well, we saw last night that she said, I am not having any mutual friends with Tom Sandoval. So I wonder if she says at the reunion, like, if you are associated with him, then you're not associated with me or something like that. Maybe that's what leaves Lisa speechless, but we will find out next week, and then we'll figure out. I mean, I've already proven that I'm a witch, so I don't have to anymore, but mark my words. Okay, moving on. Reunion Part 2, description. The season 10 reunion continues as Andy Cohen presses Sheena for details of the altercation that led to Raquel's restraining order. James's girlfriend Allie takes the stage to discuss James's temper and the future of their relationship. I love Allie, by the way. The group debates the origins of the infamous open relationship rumor. I think we know where that came from, but Shayna gives up her spot for Raquel, who must face the group for the first time since news of the affair became public. The scene of her walking into the reunion was very... ugh. She looks like she doesn't give a damn. She just walks in like, hi guys. Whew. Reunion Part 3. Also, it says supersize episode. Does that mean it's longer than an hour? I hope so. Also, shout out to TV Deets. That's where Pump Rules got this from. But Part 3. The reunion comes to an electrifying close as Raquel faces her former friends. The group revisits the disastrous girls' trip to Las Vegas and Lake Havasu. Ooh, I want to hear about that. They discuss Tom Schwartz's alleged role in covering up the affair. So even last night when he was talking to Katie, he's like, I just found out a month ago. But then in the reunion, he says August. He's such a wussy pussy. He is. So annoying. Anyways, okay, let's move on. So I put in all of those. Shout out to Caduce. Make sure you get your Team Ariana and Scandoval notebook. Shout out to Send It to Daryl. I posted a picture of my brother's Rolex. He waited 2 years for it. And I asked you guys, like, would you wait 2 years for it? And it was almost split down the middle, but more people would say no. 46% said yes. And the reason why I posted this, well, one, I think the watch is a little bit fugly. I was like, wait, how much did you pay for this? And however, regardless of the way it looks, I mean, Rolexes are very well made. But also, I just read, I think it was either Forbes or Entrepreneur magazine that said Rolexes are tripling in value, and out of all like luxury items, that is one thing that is actually appreciating. I think that's the right word. Anyways, I also want to give a big, big thank you to everyone who's been listening to the podcast. We've been hitting new numbers, and I don't know, maybe I should say thank you to Tom Sandoval, but I'm glad that we can all trauma bond together. Common enemies bring people together. Okay, more James Kennedy being the number one guy. Oh, so I asked people, what do you guys think? Why isn't it showing me? Sorry. I asked you guys, what do you think? Like, what does this mean? And there was a lot of things going all over the place, but some of you, I don't know, maybe one of you guys gave me this idea. No, I think it was after I saw the clip. I was like, oh, okay, I think that's what it means because I really didn't understand. Okay, so now this one, I'm watching Watch What Happens Live, and James Kennedy is just so funny. I freaking love him. And of course, I made a reel of him because he's going talking about Scandoval with the Howie Mandel um, interview or whatever. And I was just dying laughing because she was just like this. He goes, it's too much. It's too much, too much. And so it reminded me how we talked about BravoCon briefly for a second, but you guys all know that I'm definitely going to BravoCon again, and I hope that I see you all there. But as I'm talking to people one-on-one, saying like, oh, are you going? Like, oh, I can't wait to see you there. We, like, obviously, this is Bravo and Blaze. We start talking about having a session together, and I'm like, yes, let's do that. And then I keep talking to more people and we're like, yeah, let's do that. And then I'm like, wait a minute. This is like, I can't be like raw dogging with all of these people. This is a lot. We're living in a post-COVID world. But if you don't have your everything booked for BravoCon, make sure you do because it's November 3rd to 5th in Vegas. And even if you don't get tickets to BravoCon, because they do sell out really fast, just go to Vegas because, well, for one, last year, Bravo and Blaze had an event on BravoCon Eve. Huge success with a ton of content creators. We had a blast. And I'm looking at possibly doing another event on BravoCon Eve this year. However, I also, as I'm thinking about smoking with all these people, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have to because what I normally would do if someone came to my house, I would probably just offer them their own joint. We're living in a post-COVID world. I'm not trying to share germs with everyone. I love you all, but I don't think it's a good idea for all of us to come together for BravoCon and raw dog with each other. So luckily I've been trying to think what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then I partnered up with Fresh Tag 419. I met them at the CWCB Expo last year, and it's a conference for Cannabis World Business Conference, and they have such an amazing story. They are a father and son small business, and the father, Doug, he got COVID and really thought he was on his deathbed. And but they're smokers, and they thought about exactly what I've been thinking about, how am I gonna have smoke sessions with all these people? I don't want to share germs or whatever. So whatever, they created a product that is a contactless smoking device, and literally you can push a button after you put weed in. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. You can put in herbs or sage or whatever, light it, push the button, and it starts coming out so that you can share. And I'm bringing this with me to BravoCon so that we can all get together and sesh. And I highly recommend that you also get your own. I have links in the show notes. And also I have a promo code JennyBlaze419 for you all to get 10% off. I'm telling you, we need these. Also, it comes in a cute bag. Fresh chat. So, link is available in the show notes. I'm going to get back to my IG stories. Okay. Because I asked you all, would you share a joint with someone you don't know? And 25% of you said yes. And pre-COVID, I would have definitely said yes. Post-COVID, 75% said no. And people actually started messaging me because they're I totally would, But since COVID, I just really don't want to. And that number from Fresh Tech 419, 419 is the day that Doug, the father of this father-son business, he no longer had COVID and has recovered. And now him and his son are building this business. So I love their story. Go check them out. Here I am again, reposting Honda Civic selfies video because it's so good. Oh my gosh. I was over the weekend, I was cleaning out my closet and stuff, and I found artifacts from my BS life, my before Scandoval life. And it's this Joe Coy sweatshirt that I was going to, I never took it out of the bag. So I was like, let me try this on. And it was so soft. I love it. But he has this bit. He talks about his mom a lot. He's Filipino. He's actually a halfie like me, but he's half Filipino. And he was saying, like, Filipino moms, they're all the same. And, like, they don't pronounce their F or their P's correctly. And so that's why he was always called Josep by his mom. And that, I thought that was so funny because literally my mom, she's Korean and she calls me Jenny Pa instead of Jennifer. And I think it's so cute. So shout out to my mom. That was over Mother's Day. All right, I'm going to keep going through. James Kennedy, love him. Oh, I asked for one thing for Mother's Day. I said, I would love a cameo from James Kennedy. And instead, I got a bunch of flowers that we can all enjoy together. Still not a James Kennedy cameo, but whatever. It's all good. We also found out the news about Ariana coming on to Watch What Happens Live, her first interview. And I'm telling you, I was like so excited. But then I got so scared, like Jesse Spano. I'm like, oh my God, like so many things could happen. Like so much information could come out, like things, we could learn things that are crazy. I don't know. I'm scared. But another thank you to you all for listening to the podcast. Whoever is listening to the podcast, I hope you're not like, you're all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm going through my Instagram stories and I know you can't see it, but I posted a thank you for reaching an audience size of 736 in the last 7 days, and I checked today and it's gone up even more, and I'm just super grateful. I also can't wait to wear my diabolical, demented, subhuman track pants that I made over the weekend. Look how chic. So Andy over the weekend posted, he's been doing this a lot when he's watching Vanderpump Rules. He like shows everyone around him. He's like, nobody cares. And I'm like, if I was there, I would totally whip up a quick NDA, maybe in my Scandoval notebook, and be like, can I watch with you? I promise I won't say anything. I would totally do that. But Face Reality 16 is so funny. It's just showing Kristen Wiig from Bridesmaids sneaking into first class. Hi, I'm Mrs. Iglesias. So for Mother's Day, I took a little break from Scandoval and I binged Working Moms while I was doing my red light therapy and being left alone. And if you haven't watched it yet, go watch the whole thing. There's 7 seasons and it's done now. But it's so good. And it's such an easy binge because each episode is like less than 30 minutes, but it's so funny and it's so relatable. For some of you, I know I was talking to somebody who was like, wait, there's a new season out. So this is me promoting Netflix's Working Moms. There you go. Okay. I just posted my commentary there. Ryan Bailey, love him. He's posted for Mother's Day, I hope Sandoval stops singing Schwartzy's mom at his concerts to honor all the mothers out there. Like, he needs to retire that forever because I hate it. Also, someone I was talking to in DMs pointed out that he's mixed Stacy's mom and Jesse's girl into one song, I guess? I don't know. It's a mess. And if you do know Working Moms, this one character, Val, is so effing funny. She's like, when she's usually like very nice and stuff, but when when she wants to be, she'll be see you next Tuesday. She's like, toodles, bitch, in this one scene. And I was like, oh my God, I totally want to say toodles, bitch, to someone now. She's so funny at one point. She's talking about like when she learned how to use tampons, and this is a quote from her. She said, I didn't realize there was a hole to put the tampon in. I used to just slip it between my lips like a hot dog. That's in my head. Oh my gosh. She is so funny. Okay, I'm all over the place. So then I see Tom Sandoval. I swear he's like trolling us, but he posted on Mother's Day, and I said this. I definitely am a witch because I was like, don't be surprised when Tom Sandoval does something outrageous or offensive on Mother's Day. And of course, I was right. He posted this crazy video of these taxidermy squirrels smoking cigarettes with a baby crying in the background, and it was just so creepy. Go check out Coca Macoca. Happy Mother's Day. So I did a poll because I was thinking like, Martha's Vineyard, Summer House Martha's Vineyard came out a couple weeks ago, and I caught like a little bit, and I'm very intrigued. I want to actually go binge it. So I think I'm going to start catching up next Sunday. Not this Sunday coming up, but the following. But I was surprised that 67% said to keep going with Scandoval. Y'all really are hooked and traumatized. Okay, this is from CC Loves You. I was at Tom's concert. Okay, I remember this one. I was at Tom's concert yesterday and can confirm it was quite empty because he keeps posting that it's sold out and packed and la la la. He also hit on my sister and asked for her number. Do not think he is together with Raquel. Judging by his behavior, he did not seem sober. He was sloppy and very talkative. Said he cheated out of stupidity and he was on autopilot. He was hanging out with Raquel a lot and she seemed receptive, so he went for it. He mumbled something about another girl but quickly changed topics. He was eager to talk about the scandal. We barely asked any questions. He claimed he wasn't really letting potential consequences of his actions rise to consciousness. Oh my God, then you see him playing the trumpet. What the hell does that even mean? Okay, so this post, and I think I said this last week, but I think that Tom Sandoval may be having a substance abuse or alcohol abuse situation going on. And if that's the case, I hope that he gets well soon, because I'm actually, and I know I asked this, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but I said, guys, I think I might start feeling bad for Tom Sandoval. And that feeling is getting stronger. Like the more disturbing news that we find out, I'm like, someone might need to do a check on him. And it's concerning to me that Mickey Rourke one, we found out on Watch What Happens Live last night that she hasn't said a peep to Ariana since this has all gone down. That is alarming to me. Like, very weird. And then the fact that last night in the finale, Raquel was like, I had to tell my family about you. And he's like, your mom hates me. And she's like, yeah, kind of. And then she's like, what about your family? They hate me. And that's when he was like, they love you. And she thought he said, I love you. So she's like, I love you too. And it was just, ugh. But don't you guys think it's weird that given Tom's mom, Mickey Rourke has given Tom her retirement, and she hasn't weighed in on this Scandoval at all? I find that so bizarre. I don't know. Is it just me? This is why I need to get a co-host so I can talk to somebody. Okay. So yes, I also released another deep dive this week on Patreon. I went through episode 3. I'm starting to think that this goes back to when Raquel was still with James. I'm in some way, shape, or fashion. I'm not saying necessarily that they were intimate or physically intimate or whatever, but I think that they may have started their romantic feelings before she broke up with James. And I think there are theories that they both were supposed to break up with their significant others and Tom just never did. I don't know. We may never know, by the way. Broadcast boys killing it with their recaps on Vanderpump Rules. Great mom news. My youngest went 3 nights in a row with a dry diaper. That's big news. Yeah, so everyone's still traumatized. Elise Myers is traumatized. She's like, I can't think of anything else. Ugh. So, what is this? Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is from Rate My Bravo, who captured what Andy Cohen said on, Andy Cohen Live. And what day is this? May 15th? Like Monday or whatever. I guess Peacock is releasing pumped up versions. So I don't know what that means, if that's like every single episode, if that's just this season. What does that mean? Is it just the reunion? Because I heard that too. Wait, this might have been Tuesday. Oh, okay. So, oh my gosh. This is from Bravo Snarkside, but this is, if you go back to my episode from May 4th, 2023, 2 weeks ago, there's actual footage of me being like, oh my gosh. I already have been saying that the real Scandoval is actually about Randall Emmett. 10 months ago, I can't do the math right now, sometime last summer, I did a podcast episode with allegedly Bravo, and the episode was on the LA Times article. I only got to page 16. It's almost 50 pages long. And I was like, I don't even need to read all of this, because what I've read so far up to page 16 is enough for me to know that Randall is not a good guy. And so on air, I'm like, oh my gosh, this Randall thing is the real Randall scandal. And it just hit me. I was like, oh my God, that rhymes. So on Tuesday, Hulu dropped a trailer, or ABC, or both of them, for this Randall Scandal documentary that's coming out on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday. So before next week's episode, we'll have the Randall Scandal. But, and it's called The Randall Scandal, Love, Loathing, and Vanderpump. Oh, I thought it was Fear, Loathing, and Vanderpump. Dude, the Randall Scandal is like maybe what we can plan for as our project in 2024, because I feel like Scandoval is going for the rest of 2023, and it's just too much. It's too much. So then I'm like, I went live earlier that day because I've been like doing stuff off of social media. I'm like, oh, let me just check in. And I saw Peter join my first live, and I sang to him because I'm like, every time I like see Peter's name or like hear about his name or whatever, I think of Encanto, because they were the family madrigals. And so I sang to him a little bit, and then he came, when I got off that live, I saw, oh my God, I hate the way my face looks right here. I saw that he joined again, or I saw the Randall Scandal. So I was like, oh my God, I have to go live again. I jump on again, Peter joins, and then I just requested him, and he came on we reacted to the news, and he told a little story about how him and Randall, because he produces movies, don't forget. He's really an entrepreneur. He also is in real estate. He's got his lounge going. I'm all for Peter. I'm rooting for Peter. But he said that he went to lunch with Randall. The whole time Randall just ate. And I guess he was like pitching to him or whatever. And Randall said like, oh, I have connections to people at Stars and HBO and la la la. And like, then Peter never heard from him. And it's a good thing because we've also learned recently that Jax has been talking about how Randall owes him $75,000. He used to owe him $100,000, but then he gave him like $25,000. But then once he started getting lawyers involved, Jax getting lawyers involved, that's when Randall stopped answering phone calls or whatever, and he still owes him like $75,000. Whew, a lot. This is a lot. I'm a witch. I have all this stuff in my IG stories. Oh, so Bravo Breaking News posted. I didn't know what these shows or what her showcases were. But NBC Universal had Ariana as like their number one spotlight, pony for their show, and did like this whole thing where she's revealed in a box. And I guess this is like a show for advertisers so that they can sell ad spots. So yeah, that was freaking awesome. Extra TV posted the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition for 2023, and Martha Stewart is on the cover. I haven't confirmed this, but I think it's true. I think it's real, and I love it. I'm here for it. Also, Bravo lovers, the Real Housewives of New York premiere came out, or trailer, sorry, the trailer came out. And I just have to say, like, I don't know if I'm going to watch this one because one of the housewives is a mutual friend of mine, and it feels kind of weird now. Like, and also because it's like the reboot, and like, I don't know, it just feels weird. So I don't know if I'm going to watch, but whatever, we'll see. I Live for Bravo is hilarious. Oh, so this also came out. James and Jax are doing a collab for See You Next Tuesday on June 13th at Sir. I asked, you have to like make reservations directly through Sir, and everything's reserved. I have a witchy feeling that they're going to be filming. Also, Bravo Love Baby posted a behind the scenes of an ad for Uber Eats, which is out now on Bravo. It's got Lala, Shayna, Ariana doing a remix of Good as Gold, and it's still a bop to this day. Still looking for my James Kennedy cameo. Oh, yeah, Bravoverse. This is where I found out, or I heard that he's, on Jax's podcast, Jax and Brittany, that's where they were talking about Randall owing money, and I just thought it was funny because Jax kept emphasizing how much of a family man he is and how Randall's stealing from a family man. Rude, 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 rude. Honda Civic selfie. Okay, so remember we talked about that blind item where Jax claims that he's definitely going to be on Vanderpump Rules season 11. Andy's doing a tour for his book, Daddy Diaries, and 2 questions came up about Vanderpump Rules, and they asked, is Jax coming back? And I guess Andy's answer alluded to, that there haven't been any contracts sent out. So if they were talking about signing Jax, he may have blew it by talking about it beforehand. So I don't know. We'll see. As I'm going through my Patreon deep dives, I did some more investigative work, and I went back because I did episode 3, and episode 3 is the day after the Schwartz and Sandy's Daily Mail party, I think. And, wait, was it that party? It was after, it was after, Oh my gosh. It was for Shayna and Brock because James asked them, like, can Allie come to the wedding there? And Schwartz was like, yeah, we're not open, but this will go on my tab or whatever, even though I'm paying for the bartenders or whatever. So I went back because that was the episode that Shayna interviewed Schwartz on her podcast. And while I went back to go listen to that episode, I stumbled upon an episode where Raquel was a guest. It was like her last time being a guest on Shayna's podcast. And I don't know who said it or where I heard it, but I heard like, oh, she's been on Shayna's podcast. Maybe James said it in one of the episodes. Like she was on Shayna's podcast 4 times since Raquel and James broke up. And I started listening to one of the episodes and I was like triggered again hard. Like I started spiraling. So I put in links to those episodes. I still need to go back and listen to all of them. But the first one, right after she broke up with James, is like really disturbing. Because she's like, well, in this clip that I have here right now on my IG story, she's like talking about how she's obsessed with Coachella. And you know that Coachella triggers me because of them being like, their biggest fear is not being able to go to Coachella after Scandoval broke. But on the first episode with Shayna, she's talking about her breakup with James. She calls James abusive. And she talks about like what she wants in her next relationship. And she's talking about how, they both have to want to like be a better version of themselves and want to work on it. And like, if you're not in a good situation, you need to get out of it. It was just so cringy considering what we've seen. So then I think this is Super Bowl Eve, the night before the finale. A clip comes out where we find out about how Ariana learned the news. And I'm going to go through that in the next, once we get to the recap. I was reminded of these 2 legends that showed up at Schwartz and Sandy's when they weren't open. Like, I would die for this experience. Like, can you imagine being these 2 people and being like, we all showed up one day? Oh, and like, oh my God, you can see how even like Tom and Tom, they put on their like, their show face. Like, oh, hi, yeah, we had a party here last night. I think it was the Daily Mail. Yeah, it was the Daily Mail party. So, yeah. Let's see what else. Preparing for the Vanderpump Rules finale. Be like Danielle Staub on the beach doing yoga with her legs spread open. Shout out to the real fans of Bravo. So yeah, it was just crazy that in one day we had the Randall Scandal documentary trailer drop. Then we see a clip from the finale where we learn how Ariana found out and everyone's disgusted. So gross. Actually, let me just tell you real quick. Okay, so allegedly, when she picked up the phone, she had a women's intuition, and there was a video in the camera roll, which is important because I thought maybe it was a text, which if it was through a text, then we would have known for sure that Raquel was aware of this video existing, because her people were saying when this first dropped that like this was, she didn't know that it was recorded and that, there will be legal implications if anyone is, distributing that or whatever. So they like, and if he did record without her knowing, that is so freaking grimy. But if it was known, I don't know. It does kind of change things, right? It does, because it makes Raquel look definitely more innocent or vulnerable, I guess, to him. But anyways, so back to me performing BravoCon this Paula Abdul song with everybody, I asked if there were people who were dancers. 86% of you think you can dance. By the way. Oh my gosh, I missed that show so much, by the way. So You Think You Can Dance? Such a good show. So I'm going to need you all to like send me a short clip of like a 1-8 count of choreography because we need to start putting this together. You guys are all saying you can dance, so let's see it. Here we are again. Jax was on Heather McDonald's podcast. He says there was 5 people there. Don't forget, 10 months ago, we did an episode on the LA Times article with allegedly Bravo. Go check that out. I guess over the weekend when Tom Sandoval was in New York, he texted Andy to try to get Andy to go to the Tom Sandoval show. And Andy was like giving him shade on his show. He was like, I'm not going to go to that. Here's a link to the episode from last January when Raquel first broke up with James. Also, okay, so we're seeing clips of Randall. This one clip from Bravoverse, the audio is Randall. It sounds like a voicemail or something where he's like, hey, Martin, you got like $50,000. Like, the voicemail just makes him sound so pathetic and such a con man. But then I remembered, oh my God, Randall claims that he is Turtle from Entourage. And I didn't watch Entourage, really. I've seen some episodes here and there, and I know, like, the premise of everything. But if he's saying he's Turtle and he's doing stuff like this, we might need an Entourage reboot or something. I'm just kidding. We don't want to reward his bad behavior because he's actually potentially a criminal. Tom Sandoval, what he did was wrong, so wrong, but it's not a crime. It's not an actual crime. It did hurt people, but he can't go to jail for what he did. What Randall did, he can go to jail. This is a lot. It's PKAV. Check her out. She's awesome. Ariana, watch what happens live. Oh, here's Brett. Katie Malone. He did a like a TikTok or something. It's so funny. Go check it out. Socialite Gossip reposted it. Okay, so this is where I also was like, I don't know you people at all. Because I mean, I'm Korean, so like obviously I know about K beauty products, which is K stands for Korean. Koreans are known for their skincare products. Anyone who's a beauty junkie, if you haven't tried K beauty products, I don't know where you've been living, but I was shocked that only 36% of you have tried K beauty products. So I know that 85% of you think you can dance. How much was it? 86% of you think you can dance, but only 36% of you have tried K beauty products. I'm shocked. Anyways, James Kennedy, loving these pictures. Look at these crowds. We don't see pictures like this from Tom Sandoval show, just saying. So yeah, on Nightline, which is on ABC, I guess there was a segment that was released the other night. I have not seen it. And also, like, Ariana's doing a whole press tour today. She's on The View and The Today Show. So I need to go catch up with all of these things. But the other night, I thought I was going live for subscribers only on Instagram. But it turns out I went live for everybody. So we talk about, you know, how we're feeling going into the finale. And I just wanted to get a gauge of how everyone was doing. Still laughing at the Honda Civic selfie video. Oh my God, Pump Rules posted this clip of New York. This is what reality, I think this is what I aspire to be like on camera, is like New York from Flavor of Love. Because she's so over the top that it's like, it's not, it's entertaining. It's funny. Like, she just takes it to a different level. And I think that's funny when you're trying to make a point, not like all the time, but she's so funny. I need to know what she thinks about Scandoval. Okay, so here we go from Reads and Receipts. The day after each VPR reunion episode airs on Bravo, Peacock will stream an extended and uncut version of it. I might have to push this Bravo and Blaze live stream to Fridays starting next week because I need to watch all of this stuff and I won't have time. I'm already squeezing in so much content into like such a short amount of time. But, okay. So here you can see from Pump Rules, I think Bravo posted it. They have the Uber Eats commercial out. They also been playing it during Vanderpump Rules, like during commercial breaks. Michael Rappaport is getting in on the action, saying it's Super Bowl Wednesday. What else? Oh, then, yeah, don't forget about listening to Give Them Lala's podcast with Katie and Terry on this week. They said, write this down, this is from Rate My Bravo, but they said that Raquel was talking about making out with Schwartz as being quote-unquote good TV. That is disturbing. What else? Literally, I can't consume everything fast enough. There's one point, this is where Lala makes me laugh because I'm always going to root for her. She's a mom. She's put her life on TV. Like, I don't envy Lala in any way. But I think it's funny that, like, because she has no leg to stand on considering, like, her history. But she comes so hard for people and it makes me laugh. And I was thinking about this and I'm like, I feel like it's kind of like how I enjoy watching Jen Shaw. Like, she's so over the top that it's funny. I know people are like, oh, I can't stand him, but I think it's funny. And then Lala at one point goes, I am thrilled I treated her so poorly, talking about Raquel. And I started laughing so hard, not because I think that not that I condone that behavior, but I just think it's so ridiculous that she said that. Like, she's saying it as if it's a flex, and it's like, it's not nice to treat people poorly when you don't have any solid proof. I mean, you shouldn't treat people poorly ever. But anyways, I'm gonna move on before I get in trouble. Face Reality 16 posted such a nice post about all the podcasts to keep up with VPR content. She's got Watch What Crappens, Everything Iconic with Danny Pellegrino, She Speaks Bravo with Emily Hanks, Give Them Lala, Sex, Love, and What Else Matters with Kristen Doty, Shenanigans with Shayna Shea, Andy's Girls, a Real Housewives podcast, Sarah Gali, Real Moms of Bravo, we mentioned them earlier, Bitch Sesh, a Real Housewives breakdown, that's got Casey Wilson and Danielle Schneider, Sup, Sexy Unique podcast, that's funny, Bravo and Blaze, I made it, and So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey. Oh my gosh, I feel honored to be on this list because things are unbelievable right now. Okay, so this is where Rate My Bravo posted the clip of where Terry was saying that Tom came for her not once, not twice, but 3 times at the Something About Her night. And Terry was saying how her son did such an amazing job, like sticking up for his mom and saying, you don't talk to them like that. You don't talk to my mom like that. You don't talk to my sister like that. And we need more of that. Get rid of these lamos, Schwartz and Sandy. Ugh, we need some like real men. So I wanted to do a temperature gauge on the Galaxy projector light because it's been so polarizing, I think, and triggering in this season of Vanderpump Rules. But 63% said they hate it. 37% said they love it. And I feel like it might be more than 37% and people are just scared. Just saying. There's Maloney. I don't know his first name. Joey? I don't know, but Taste of Reality got a picture of Katie, her mom, and her brother, the one who stood up for Terry. And this is from Taste of Reality. It says, Katie Maloney says it's been difficult for her family to stomach Tom Schwartz this season. Yeah, same. Then Bravo released the clip of, Tom and Ariana's confrontation, and he's like, every time I try to apologize to you, you're more angry. Like, yeah, so I'm more angry too, just listening to him. Andy posted that he's, just walking, just in the walk to school and the walk to the subway. He's been approached like 4 times about, how people are excited about last night's Vanderpump Rules finale. The Bravo Babe posted Tim Scandoval on date with Blonde at the Austin proper. I just find it interesting that all the news comes out at the same time, about them breaking up too. And I think whoever this girl is, someone needs to check on her because I'm concerned now. I'm going to talk about the Randall scandal more another time, but what we're seeing so far is kind of disturbing. They're talking about reunification camps. That is like some kind of controversial therapy when children are in the court system and there's custody issues, because there's things called parental alienation. If people don't know what that is, it's like when one parent manipulates a child to start hating their other parent based on what the one parent is saying about the other parent. And it happens a lot, but it's really hard to prove in court. So a lot of people I don't know if that's related to the reunification camps. I don't know much about that, only what I've heard from Lala in this small clip. But shout out to The Only Thing Fake. So from here you can see So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey posted Tom Sandoval and Raquel Leviss breakup after affair. This is posted on May 17th at 3:49 p.m. I find it interesting. Very interesting. Oh, so I like this article by Variety. It says, this one part I reposted because I thought it was interesting. In a splintered pop culture universe where one person's passion is another person's the hashtag Scandoval has been galvanizing, almost community building. Okay, I love the article, but I was a little annoyed. Like, not almost community building. We are community building. We are a community now. We're trauma bonded. Okay, I have to keep it moving because we're running out of time. We haven't even gotten to the never before scenes. But James Kennedy has a Time article. I don't know if this is real, but it looks real. And James posted it, so. Okay, Bravo Snark Side. Here's a blind item from Dumas. Contract negotiations have commenced for the next season of Vanderpump Rules, with the self-appointed #1 Tom already digging his heels in for an eye-watering amount in comparison with the figure he took home from his last scandal-filled season. He thinks the show revolves around him now, and his already mega-sized ego is now gargantuan. Oh, Lord. So I went live about this to ask, what do you guys think he should get a raise? Should he even come back? I don't know. And I talk about it, but essentially I think he does need to come back. I don't know if he deserves a raise, but then I started thinking about compensation and negotiations and contracts and all that stuff. And I almost feel like, what if they all get a flat fee that's based on tenure, how long you've been on the cast or whatever. So people like Shayna and Tom Sandoval would be included in this group, but the OGs would get paid more than the newer people like Ali Luber or whatever. And each year it increments and goes up. And then, however, because you really don't know the performance until the show's out there, but they've already been paid. So how do you get around performance, because now Tom's saying oh, if it weren't for me, then the show, we don't want to reward bad behavior. So what I was thinking, what if after ratings start coming out or whatever, they do a fan favorite scale, and people like Ariana and James would be at the top for this season, and then obviously Tom Sandoval and Raquel would be at the bottom, and maybe they get a bonus, but it's a weighted bonus based on how much we love them. That way, there's initiative for them to not just wreak havoc for the sake of money. I don't know, just saying. Also, side note, Kim Zolciak has also declared war on the cannabis community, but she is lucky that I don't have time for her. She, in a petition for custody, she noted that Croy's pot smoking or marijuana use is dangerous for their kids. That's one of her excuses to have the kids. And I just think it's disgusting that she's doing this. And she's not going to get away with it. We'll get back to that another time. So as you can see, Ariana was on The View today and the Today Show. 60% of people said that Tom should not come back at all for season 11. Shout out to Binging Bravo. Okay, I'm going to skip through these. Oh my God, there's so many clips of Ariana from Watch What Happens Live last night. So good. Ryan Bailey posted this picture. I don't know where this came from, but it's got, it says this is the image that was presented to Bravo to start the show over 10 years ago. First of all, where's Tina? I don't know. It's a very complex diagram, so go check that out. Should Sandoval get a raise for next season? 7% said yes, but 93% said no. There she is, Ariana Madix. She looks so good on Watch What Happens Live. Shout out to this guy. I guess people already know him. I just learned about him, but he does like these fun raps or rhymes or whatever. Never before seen. Okay, so this is me starting to watch. Oh, the Bravo Babe posted from, I don't know, someone on TikTok. The producers asked Shayna and Brock when they heard the news about Raquel and Tom breaking up. They're like, oh, do you think it's true? And they're like, oh, I don't know, probably not, or something like that. Okay. I am going to switch gears for a second. Okay, we're finally getting into it. We're like an hour and a half in. Sorry, guys. This is the nature of the beast. Okay. I just want to remind everyone, before we go into Never Before Scenes, let's not forget that Tom Sandoval, I said this before, but let's not forget that Tom Sandoval dressed up as his mistress for Halloween during their love affair. Proof. Right there. Sick. Demented. Okay, so the first Never Before scene, this is where, and this is from last week, but I just need to know, we see Raquel ask for a discount for posting, which was like, the way she asked just felt so icky to me. I don't know, it just didn't seem very professional. But I'm dying to know, like, did she buy the necklace because of the discount? Like, did the discount play a part in the decision of the purchase of the lightning bolt necklace? I need to know. Then the second Never Before scene. Oh my gosh, my friend Chris is here. I love you. The second Never Before scene, this just really showed me how, I should say straight men. This is just living proof that straight men are idiots. Like, he even makes a joke, oh, this could have been us, and like, we could have made a shop called Once Upon a Tom. Like, stop now. Ugh. But this is one straight guy who's got it together, and that's Peter. In the third Never Before scene, we see Peter sit down talking to Lisa about, how he mentioned he wants to open up a lounge. I am all about this, but you can see that Lisa's like, no, please, no. That's when you know that she needs him. And I really think that she should give him some kind of equity if she wants to keep him, because he could be working on his own lounge and his whole empire on his own. But she definitely needs him. He runs that place. The fourth Never Before scene just made me sick. Tom Sandoval does not compute. He does not understand clear and direct communication, which makes him very unhireable. Like, if he got to a point where they don't let him on the show, he doesn't have a business anymore, he's got to go get a real job, if they saw this show, they'd be like, dude, you don't follow through. You ignore people. How many times did we hear them say, we need the drink menu. We need to know how much it costs. We need to put in the POS system. Like, this guy is a mess. And it's just so sad because Ariana's like, I need you. This is a hard time. And Lisa even said, like, she needs you. And he's like, absolutely, yes. Like, hello? Is anyone there? All right, let me recap real quick. And I'm assuming that you guys have all seen this already. So on March 1st, that was when Shayna and Raquel were on Watch What Happens Live. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that they got the cameras going again because I feel like Tom Sandoval may have manipulated his way into like making this, like, I don't know, getting away with this somehow or something. I don't know. So his band was performing their new release. Look, Ariana's there, like being a supportive girlfriend because she's amazing. His phone fell out. She had women's intuition. The screen recording of Raquel and Tom on FaceTime was in his camera roll. And this is disgusting. He goes, I would normally delete something like that, but it had been such a busy, chaotic day. Like, normally, how often do you do this? Gross. But then we also heard on Watch What Happens Live that Tom also had like some kind of calculator app that was actually like how people hide all their secrets or something. I don't know. So then Ariana called Raquel. She's like begged her. She was like, you know, she said she was dry heaving, crying, like begging her to tell her what's going on. And all she told her was like they kissed or whatever. But at the same time, Raquel and Shayna are together, and Raquel goes up to Shayna and she's like, Shayna's like, what's going on? And Raquel just said, yeah, so Sandoval and I have been having an affair for the last 7 months, and Ariana just found out. And Shayna's like, what? Hey, hold on. I learned on Wednesday night that there are evil people in this world. That's Ariana talking about, obviously, Tom and Raquel. And sometimes they're the people closest to you. It's, oh gosh. Here's all the news, the headlines. You guys, I don't have to tell you how big this news is. So then they show March 3rd. Ariana's being consoled by her friend, not consolidated, consoled by her friend Meredith. She's like, I hate him. Meanwhile, he's upstairs, like, just living, like, as if nothing happened almost. And she's like, he gives me the ick. Comes down, he's like, you need something? She says, for you to die, obviously. For you to die! Oops, what happened? Okay. She's like, where were you last night? Says, I was at Short. She's like, well, you always say that, so it doesn't really matter what you say. And you still haven't said sorry for what you actually did. And that's when he's like, every time I try to apologize to you, it just makes you more angry. Yeah, rightfully so, dude. He says these sentences as if, like, he makes sense. Like, he doesn't even make sense. Of course she's going to be angry. She's like, you should still fucking apologize. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't want to hurt you. You didn't want to hurt me, but then you continue to fuck my best friend for whatever. He's like, she said, I've been with you for 9 years. When you were driving your 1997 Honda Civic, when you were broke, when you wore combat boots. I loved you then when you had nothing. You got a little bit of money, a little bar, a little band, and then this girl is like gonna act like enamored with you, like, oh my God, you're so, Because that's what you want, huh? You want someone to just gas you up. That girl is searching for identity in men. She has no identity of her own, willing to stoop so low. Whoops. What is this? There we go. Willing to stoop so low as to fuck one of her best friend's life partners. And that's someone you think is like a good person you should be around. He doesn't say anything good. I'm not even going to repeat what he says. He doesn't say anything that's productive or like redeemable, nothing. And he's like, oh yeah, it's like selfish. She's like, selfish is the nicest word you could use. And then he's like, me and Raquel have a connection. She's like, I don't give a fuck about Raquel. Your friendship is effing bullshit. And he yells at her, no, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, I can't stand him. Look at it. Ugh. I love it. She's like, you are disgusting. He goes, it's real because she treats me with effing respect. Something I haven't gotten from you in a long time. He's like blaming her. Maybe you don't deserve respect. This is, okay. I'm getting mad. I'm trying to get you to understand that, like, that you just had to fuck my friend. He keeps saying, oh, it's about connection. He goes, where we were actually, like, respecting each other. This is where this is laughable. Okay, if that's why I need to know, did Raquel know about that recording, the FaceTime recording? Because if not, that is not respecting her, Raquel. So how are you going to say we respect each other? That's bullshit. You're not respecting Raquel. You're definitely not respecting Ariana. Like, you're just disrespectful in general. Oh my God, and giving each other confidence. So, his ego was a little deflated. She's so funny. She's like, this is you right now. Then he starts saying, like, oh, our relationship wasn't the same. We would be separated all the time. We had no sex life. Like, I can't stand him, dude. I lost all my mojo. You lost your mojo? Oh, my God. Just like, so go fuck my friend. Get your mojo back. Fuck my friend. And then he says, once I turned 40, I was like, this can't be the rest of my life. And she goes on to explain to him, like, that is a very normal thing. That's why you go to couples therapy together. You figure it out together. And we could have. She said, like, we both have things. She's been open about her things. And she's like, you either get through them or together or you break up. And he's like, I tried to talk to you. He goes, okay, this is so annoying. He goes, the amount of times that I got an apology out of you, I could count on one hand. I'm sorry. Here's an apology. I'm sorry, but that is bullshit. What are you talking about? This reminds me of Winter House and the girl who expects compliments, where she'd be like, nobody's complimenting me. Like, why do you think you deserve a compliment? Why do you think you deserve an apology? Why do you just expect that? Why did she have to apologize to you? What did she do to you? Probably nothing. Oh my God. I can't. She's like, you put pressure on me to stay in the relationship. Oh my God. But I guess 2 weeks ago he said, 2 weeks ago I said I want to end things. And she goes, you should not be here if you want to end things. And I guess he went in her bed. Oh my God. After that night, she said, you should have never been in my bed after that night. He's like, I felt really bad. Oh my God, I can't stand him. She's like, it doesn't matter. You were already fucking Raquel at that point. So if Raquel is watching this or has watched it back already, like, I would be mortified if I was her. This is your man. This is your man. Okay. Oh my gosh. He has no good excuses. And I love how Ariana's like, then don't be a fucking coward. It's like, it's not just about somebody stroking my ego that this happened. It's not about looks. Why did he say it's not about looks? Did somebody say that before? If he's saying that out of nowhere, then he's saying that it is about looks. Essentially, right? He's like, it came from something much deeper. We became a support system. She's like, don't you fucking dare talk to me about a deep connection. I cannot fucking believe you. He goes, I know you don't want to hear it. She's like, shut up. He goes, it's important that you know. Because I don't want to hear it because it's effing disgusting. Shut up. Say it to her. When are you going to see her next? He said tomorrow. So fast, it bothered me bad. I'm like, are you kidding me? She goes, so when are you going to see her next? Tomorrow. Like, ew. Guys, anyone listening, if you're ever in this situation, which I hope you never are, just shut up. Don't be, I'm going to see her tomorrow. Oh my God, shut up. God, I hate him. She's like, and what, are you guys going to kiss and hug and talk about your deep connection? He goes, I don't know. She goes, why don't you just say no? She made me cry when she was like, I was ride or effing die for you. And the fact that she continued to smile in my face while also smiling on FaceTime with you is one of the most god-awful, disgusting things I've ever heard. He goes, I'm sorry you had to see that. Why don't you be sorry you ever effing did it? I regret every moment that I stood up for you. Defended you, supported you. Oh my God, this part, I got chills. You're worth nothing. Oh my God, I have chills. And I want you to feel that deep in your soul. I want you to hear those words coming from the mouth of the woman that fucking stood by you and loved you and was ready to build the rest of my life around you. Hear my words and know that that's how I feel about you. Gulp. Oh, God, this was really good, though. It was so good. Love Ariana. I regret ever loving you. Woo! Any last words before we never speak again? I said I never thought this would happen. I thought we'd be together forever. Bullshit. This is what made me sad. She starts crying. I would have followed you anywhere. I would have changed any part of whatever you weren't happy with. Oh my God, I might cry, guys. I was 100% committed to you as of literally 2 days ago. Look, I have chills, goosebumps. He's like, I don't know what happened to me. What the hell's wrong with me? You can think whatever you want, but, we had some good times. She's like, yeah. End of that scene. Oh, my God. Then we see Sandoval show up to Schwartz. He's like, the most reviled man in America. Dude, this is very bad. And then Sandoval starts crying like a little baby. And the way he cried to Schwartz felt like that's how he should have been crying to Ariana. And so it makes me think like he's only crying to Schwartz to try to get somebody because he knows he lost the only person who ever had his back like through and through. Like he also fucked Schwartz in this whole thing. And so he's trying to hang out. He's like holding on to him, won't let him go. And Schwartz like, I'm not going to beat you down. I know you just got caught up. You done fucked up. I mean, you had a game plan. You just didn't put it in motion. Yeah, because you guys are wussy pussies. He's like, I love you. I love you. He goes, I don't want to lay too much on you right now. I just want you to know it's not good. He goes, we went from 4.8 stars on Yelp to 1 star. And I was dying laughing like, I don't condone this. If you really did have a bad experience at Schwartz and Sandy's, by all means, give a real authentic bad review. But if you're doing it just to do it, like, that's not really my style. Red Lobster has better decor. A disgrace to the strip mall that it lives in. Oh my God. They're talking about their employees who depend on them. Schwartz is reiterating how he's put everything into Schwartz and Sandy's, and now it's all going to fall apart because Tom's affair. Like, dude, you're complicit, and you should have thought about this when you first found out. Like, even Schwartz seems like he only cares now because it's affecting his business. Not that they were vile and disgusting. Oh my God, this is so funny. Can you maybe do a post and like, explain to people that, dude, I'm not complicit in this. Oh my God, for real? And then he did. Sandoval did. He said, Schwartz just learned about this recently. Shut up, dude. And then he's like, I think he's trying to say this on camera so it's, caught on footage. But he's like, I told you, Tom, out of respect for what you have at Ariana, you have to fucking tell her. It's like, I wanted to tell her, and every time I wanted to tell her, I got this vibe that she just did not want to fucking know. Yeah, nobody wants to hear that their life partner is cheating on them, but you... I can't with this guy. Even Schwartz, he's like, I gotta sit down listening to this guy. Oh my God. And he doesn't even sit on his furniture. He sits on the floor. And he's just like, I feel like my world just got turned upside down. Then he goes on to talk about, Tom and Raquel's connection. And oh my God. It was just, he's like talking about how they kissed and I felt something in that moment I haven't felt for a very long time. Oh my God. Jax was right all along. I hope he comes back. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's like complaining about how he has a relationship with nearly zero intimacy. He has to go in the bathroom to jerk off. Schwartz goes, this can't be real. Oh, yeah, it's real. This is nuts. Oh my God. He's like, I love her, but we're just not there. He's the one who said he wanted kids, and she was like moving forward with that, and he wasn't, whatever. So Schwartz is like, okay, this is all relatable, but you had so many opportunities to sit down with Ariana. He's like, dude, I was trying. Oh my gosh. And Schwartz is like, I told you you're going to humiliate her. Okay, well, you didn't do anything, so maybe you should have told her. Oh, he goes, Sandoval goes, like, me and Raquel had to be on the same page. What does that mean? You guys had to get your story straight first? Or you weren't sure if she really liked you the way you liked her? Or you knew that you didn't like her the way she liked you? Like, what the hell does that mean? He's like, after that night, nothing happened. Ariana never asked. Me being like, I'm going to Schwartz. All she would had to do is follow me and see that I'm not. Like, this man is crazy. Yeah, it's totally Ariana's fault that she didn't follow you. Like cheaters. Oh, she didn't get cheaters in on this, so, it's basically her fault. And even Schwartz is like, I mean, you don't want to put that responsibility on her. Oh, my God. People are upset with me just for being your business partner and friend. I'm effing canceled. And Sandoval just says, okay, we'll stay off social media. Oh, my God. So here's another sad part. We got the group friend scene. Shayna shows up with wine and cigarettes or something with the bucket hat, by the way. I got a new bucket hat, guys, from Fresh Tag 419. Bucket hats are like basically a Bravo thing. They're like, who are they? And Ariana's like, evil people, evil, insidious people. It's not even... Oh, this is the part that... Okay, so Shayna goes, it's not even like this was like an oops, we kissed one time when we were on acid at Coachella. This is a full-blown love affair. And that's exactly how I felt in the moment, when I take myself back to March 3rd. At first, when I heard the news, I was like, oh, maybe they broke up because, like, he accidentally, like, he got drunk and made out with someone. Like, no. When I found out it was, like, an actual love affair and there was, like, lightning bolts involved, that's when I was like, this is, oh, hell no. So Katie shows up. Sheena's like, I think we can agree to put our shit aside for today. So I went with Tom to Tom because he had the party thing. I found a screen recording of them on FaceTime. He was at Schwartz when he was screen recording the masturbation FaceTime. Look at Kate. She's like, oh my God. She's like, that's when I call her Kel. I like started like making her tell me what the F? When did this start? Right after the girl trip. And she goes, you mean right after Charlotte died? I have another whole theory on Charlotte dying, but I'm not going to go there right now. So Raquel confessed to kissing. But later that night, when Ariana pressed Tom, he said, well, they actually fucked in her car that night. So I did make a mistake on social media. I was saying they had sex in Ariana's car, but I guess it was Raquel's car. Still awful. Either way. Katie's like sick. Like she's sick over this. He didn't have a key to get in the house after he had sex with Raquel in her car. So he had to ring the doorbell and Ariana had to let him in. She's like, my emotions were clearly all over the place, but he was angry at her. That's craziness. Then Shayna goes into like her experience. She goes, the other night I had so much rage in me. I was so angry. I shoved her so effing hard away from me. I was like, get the F away from me. And then I ran back to my hotel room. I don't know if my effing nail scratched her, but now she called Schwartz and she's like, Shayna punched me. She punched me. Ariana's face. Like, I love her face there. Like, oh, hell no. This is when Shayna's like, her lawyer must have came up with this for her. Or something. She's like, I have nails. I cannot scientifically make a fist. I can't because of my nails. Okay, girl, you don't have to punch someone to get like a scratch. So, did Shayna do something to Raquel's face? Maybe. I don't know. But she's like, I'm not a puncher. So then Katie goes into like how she's like, I think Tom Schwartz knew about this. And during BravoCon, Katie was questioning him about, you know, Raquel wearing the Tom Tom hoodie. And I guess she was like, dude, she's like a fangirl. She's following both of you around like a puppy dog, like a groupie. Like, what the F is that about? And Tom said, she's not there for me. Trust me. So I was at BravoCon. I witnessed firsthand. I was sitting with Ariana on 2 separate occasions, okay? And I saw, in my peripheral, this girl was following them around. And I'm creeped out. Lurking was the word I used. I saw it. It was gross. So Katie's like, Schwartz knew the whole time. They're like, I want to draw blood. They're like, yeah, I want to break that penis flute right there. So Logan's like, Shayna, I'll give you $100 right now. See Tom with the penis flute. And he broke it. I loved it. All right. James and Allie. Oh, my God. I've been waiting all season for James. The aftermath of Scandoval. He's like, I'm nervous. I'm nervous wreck, Allie. It scares me. It fucking scares me, like, how people can do this. People that I'm so close with. I'm not even fucking mad about Raquel. I'm mad about fucking Tom Sandoval. And he calls him the definition of a backstabber. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not comprehending James's like logic and rationale in this moment. It's like, why is he calling Tom Sandoval a backstabber? I don't know. Anyways. He goes, but I do think James is hurt. He's like, I always kind of looked up to him in a sense, especially with my trust issues with Raquel. This is a side note that we got to start investigating. So we'll do that in the Scandoval trauma bonding. But yeah, they're saying like, you see Tom Sandoval saying like, Raquel would not betray you, man. I'm not going to betray you either. So I don't even know what that's about. But James Kennedy crying and saying, what the fuck, dude? It really is just a waste of friendship, right? He threw that away. Oh my God, James Kennedy. I love him. It's just like, you're such a fucking piece of shit, bro. And Lala and Katie show up. Lala's like, I knew it. There was a point. And she's talking about how he did this to Kristen, did to Ariana, found some sloppy drunk. And then she goes on to say, like, you think this is the first time he's been creeping around? She's like, no, this is comfortability. And she goes, a few years ago, I heard the rumors that Tom and Billy Lee go off and do whatever they go and do. And this is unseen footage from season 7 reunion. Kristen goes, Jesse Montana said you guys fucked. I don't know who Jesse Montana is. And they're like, oh God, no way he did that. Well, that's never happened. Lala's like, we need to open that case back up. I agree. Let's open it up. Anyways, James is so funny. He's like, let's call Raquel right now. I'm like, what? No, because like you guys stay silent. I love it. So James calls. He goes, how do you feel about what you've done? And pretty much what's going on. She says she feels shitty, whatever. He's like, are you in Scandoval an item now, Raquel? She said no. He goes, really? How about like losing every single person that you thought liked you in Los Angeles? I love James so much. You lied to everyone's face. You've done diddly fucked yourself over. Allie is so funny because she's like laughing in the background. And like all the people you were building friendships with, you've literally just like trashed it for like Sandoval's little cocky cock. Like his stinky 40-year-old cock. Like seriously, Raquel? Oh my God. Oh, you're not the brightest chick. Come on now. Let's not dilly-dally around a bit. I mean, the smartest thing you ever done was creep around with Tom Sandoval for 7 months. He goes, judge me all you want, but James Kennedy answers straight back. Honestly, I've been going through a lot of emotions the last couple of days, and it was just what I needed. Oh my God, it's just what I needed too. Because I'm sorry, not sorry. Oh God, okay, here we go. So then we go into Raquel's apartment. We got the galaxy lights going on, guys. Trigger. Tom shows up. They're like, okay, look. Okay, so they're drinking. They get like a beer or whatever. They cheers, take a shot. And they're like, Tom's like, cheers to being in hell. She's like, or he says, where we belong. She goes, I don't think we actually belong in hell. Whatever. I don't know what's going on. This was super uncomfortable. So this part, he goes, dude, you're sleeping on Ariana. You're an effing idiot. And Raquel goes, I'm sorry. You just called me Ariana. But I think she's confused. I think he did mean Ariana. And then she's like, I had to tell my family about you. Your mom effing hates me. What about your family? She's like, do you not want to talk about, like, she was so weird about the cameras. It was weird. She's like, we don't have to talk about it. And he goes, they love you. And she thought he said, I love you. And she goes, I love you too. He said, I said they love you, but I love you too. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nothing about this is good. Then they're like, I can't kiss you on camera. Producer asked, why do you think this happened? She said, I was just so curious to know what it would be like to be physical with someone that you love, because I already knew that I loved him as a friend, and I've never like had sex like that before. This is very disturbing. I love friends that I don't want to have sex with. She said, I should have completely removed myself from the situation. Yeah, you should have. But I did not have the willpower to not see him. Dude, she is a fangirl hard. So then they start talking about the cut, and she's like, it hurts for sure. He goes, I want to hear your perspective, because Shano's in the car with me and Ari on the phone, on speakerphone. She goes, I know. I heard her because you put me on speakerphone. So I don't understand. I need to know a little bit more about this, because what did he try to out Raquel? Like, what was that like? And then he goes, she was like, I punched that bitch. So remember back when Katie called Raquel a whore, and he said it so loud in front of Raquel, like, dude, just because you didn't say it, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. And it's like, it's just weird. I don't know. She goes, oh, she definitely did, and I took it like a champ. And then I'm like, well, is this my karma? And it scares me. I feel so isolated. I honestly feel like I only have you, my parents, and my sister to have like my best interests at heart. And even with you, it's questionable. It's like, am I really going to put my life on the line for someone that would cheat on someone that they love so much? Because then that makes me think that you would be capable of doing that to me. And I don't want to get caught up in this whirlwind of romance. And he cuts her off. He's like, listen. Where he's like, no. I never do this if there wasn't something here. I can't predict the future. Who's to say? Like, maybe things will. Okay. So this is where I think she was looking for him to be vocal about making some kind of commitment to her, because now it's like, okay, the cat's out of the bag. We've been talking about this. So now what? Are you going to put a ring on it? Like, I don't know if she was like expecting a proposal, but I think she was expecting him to be like, we're going to move in together. We're going to get married someday. I don't know. What do you guys think? He said when he kissed Raquel, he felt hope. I felt like, wait a minute, you're not washed up. Okay. That means he felt inside that he was washed up, obviously. Your best days aren't behind you. He thought his best days were behind him. He's like, we done fucked up, man. We really fucked up. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But, like, these are the learning experiences, right? If we were to do it over again, I mean, obviously I would do a lot of things over again. So see how he's unclear? Like, he's not saying, I think she wants him to be like, would you still choose me knowing now what the consequences were? I think she was, like, trying to get him to be like, I don't care that the world hates us. We're in love and this is meant to be, or something like that. Right? But then after this scene, it says, after filming this scene, Raquel turned off her phone and was not seen or heard from for weeks. So we go to Villa Rosa. Lisa goes to see, or Ariana sees Lisa. You know, it's just really sad. She said that she's trying to lean into the anger because, you know, it's like fueling her and it's the only thing that keeps her from dry heaving. And she's like, when did this start? And Ariana's like, ask them. And Lisa asked, and did Schwartz know? Ariana's like, I don't know. Took him till this morning to even reach out to me. I'm going to read this text. This is from Tom Schwartz to Ariana. Not even like right when this happened, but like maybe a day or two later, or 2 or 3 days later. Morning, Ariana. Hopefully you're resting at least a little easier now. Ew, I'm already annoyed. Ugh. I'm not here to make excuses for Tom or justify his actions. He confided in me and I told him what he needed to do. Sit you down and tell you everything out of respect for everything you guys have built together. I guess he was about to tell you and this all blew up and you got humiliated in the worst way possible. I'm not going to try to tell his story. You should jet set somewhere fabulous and just absolutely spoil yourself. Sheer decadence. Turn your phone off. I hope you don't have too much ill will towards me. This whole situation is just effed. I don't want to kick my guy when he's down, but my God, the amount of anxiety and backlash I'm getting because of his actions are insane. Anyways, just know I care about you and know you are going to be just fine. Ew. That is the most patronizing, annoying text. He should have said nothing. And Ariana's like, he's not down. He deserves a good kicking. Oh, boy. And then this is when Ariana's like, literally, this girl has been ingratiating herself into my life and being my friend. Ugh, and Lisa's like trying to almost rationalize it, like, oh, you know, I heard that their sex life wasn't that great, and then comes this beauty queen, like, so what? No excuses. She's like, I just hate him so much, and Lisa's like, I know, like, we all hate him. Then we see Tom and Katie. He's just not everything. He's like, well, she's like, I need to talk to you. He's like, I just had the most insane 4 days. Can I have a Coke or something? He goes and gets a beer. He says how he sent Ariana a text, and then Katie's like, how long have you known? He goes, I didn't mark it on my calendar. Oh, Schwartz. He's like, I guess Tom came to me like a month ago. Really? Because in the reunion trailer, you said August. So we know Schwartz is a straight up liar. This is when Schwartz, you blew it. You could have, when this all blew up, he could have been like, all right, I'm coming clean with everything. Like, he's still trying to protect his friend here, and it's disgusting. And Katie's not buying it. She's like, I don't believe that. And she goes, Tom and Tom are always just going to have each other's backs and cover for each other and lie for each other. They're just each other's true, disgusting lovers. Yeah, I agree. So then she brings up the fact that he, at BravoCon, he said, she's not here for me, trust me. And then he denies it. He said, I didn't say that. She goes, yes, you did. He's like, I didn't say that. She said, you 100% said that to me. Oh my God. She's like, I know you well enough. I certainly know Sandoval well enough to know that his ego would not be able to take you pursuing the girl that he's having this affair with. Because I wasn't pursuing her. He's trying to say, it was unbeknownst to me. She goes, so why don't you get on the right side of things and shock everyone and tell the truth for once? Agreed. He's like, okay, I knew it. This is also what's so annoying about Schwartz. He's actually like, okay, I'll tell you. It reminds me of the gingerbread cookie in Shrek. Oh, fine, I'll tell you. He's like, I knew about the one night stand, okay? I don't know if it was after guys' night. Okay, so they're talking about that thing or whatever. He goes, I don't know. Was that September or something? He said, he's saying that Tom Sandoval said, I can't believe we effing did that. I'm disgusted. But, like, here's how I justified it. He's tried to communicate this to Ariana multiple times. He tried to break up with her and it just didn't work out. So annoying. She's like, then why didn't you encourage him to do something about it? He goes, Kitty, you know how hard this effing is for me to process? We don't care, Tom Schwartz. Like, everyone else can process this. Just because you can't, you don't get a pass. Because my whole reputation is already sullied completely over this. I didn't do anything fucking wrong. Yes, you did. Because I'm worried about a bar. And even Kitty's like, fuck your bar. Fuck your bar. He's like, he blew up his life. You've been his bitch boy for like how many years? Oh my God, I'm not his bitch boy. You're his fucking bitch boy, Schwartz. She's like, I'm saying you, by being so closely associated with him, you're gonna lose a lot of friends. He's like, I don't think so. I'm just a dude trying to get by in life. Got a lot on my mind, my health, my family. There's man-eating Nile crocodiles in Florida now. Oh my God, so annoying. I can't stand this guy. Somebody please help. So then we get to Kristen Dowdy. And, she's like, when I think of your ex-boyfriend, I think I need a drink. Ariana's like, you mean also your ex-boyfriend? Our ex-boyfriend. I'm not going to lie. I really, really love this scene with Kristen and Ariana. And this is when Ariana's saying, like, my manager reached out. Tom is saying that their relationship was of companionship and convenience. Companionship means I guess if you say, like, I don't know, like a platonic companionship? Is that what he means? Companionship, I feel like, is a relationship. I'm so confused. But she says not love and romance. And Kristen's just like, so annoyed. And then Ariana goes into like, we kissed when Tom and Kristen were together, but she thought like, it was an isolated thing or situation based, but it's like actually who that person is. And she gets upset, like it should have took 9 years to figure that out. 9 years I could have spent not defending him at your sake. And Kristen was like pish posh on me. Just, if anything, I'm sorry to you that you had to do me the favor taking him away. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry, guys. She's like, want to burn some shit? Yeah. I love when Kristen does it. It feels comfortable to see that. So then they're manifesting things, writing things that no longer serve them. They light it up, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Life is beautiful, so slay we must. Love it. Then we see this scene is so funny. I don't know if they did this intentionally, but everyone's wearing black. It's pouring rain outside. Lisa's like, I don't think we need a hug. And I don't even want to go through this scene because it's so annoying. Like, he just starts fake crying. He doesn't say anything good. And like, oh, she has a really hard time trusting people. Like, no shit, dude. Look at what you do. Look at what you did to her. Oh my God. He says things that he thinks are going to like mean something and they don't. It's like, we had every intention of telling her before the reunion. Oh my gosh. But then on Watch What Happens Live, Ariana was like, I think they wanted to do that so that he could still go on Winter House. And I've been saying this. Fingers crossed, everyone. I really, really want Winter House to be completely all about Scandoval. Winter House, please. Give this to us. So then I'm just going to skip over that. Then we have girls night. All the girls get together. They're all wearing black, except for Ariana wearing gold. She looks amazing. Shayna just got served her temporary restraining order. I don't know if the evidence of my comment is in there, but we'll put that in our documentary. Okay. So then, yeah, Shayna's just like really upset that she got, the restraining order. She gave her a place to live. And even Charlie's like, this is like demented, dark at this point. Yeah. Yes. So Katie tells them how she saw Tom, and Ariana's like, oh, and how he like was acting like my friend. And she's like, so he may be coming by. Lala goes, someone muzzle me and put me in a straitjacket. So, yeah, Katie's just talking about how, like, they had a friendship. She was a groomsman in their wedding. So he shows up and she says, can I start by saying something to you? If I hear anything about him being down and feeling bad for him, I'm just going to get up and walk away. He's like, yeah, well, I'm not here to advocate for him. Because right now I'm just pissed with Sandoval. I feel like he exploited my kindness, also our business that we put our hearts and souls into. And Ariana pointed out, well, he apologized to the business before he apologized to me publicly. I'm not going to read his whole apology because it's awful. Oh, no. Shoot. Oh, no. I hope you guys can still hear me. Okay. So he's saying, like, I'm not excusing this. It's effed up. But our partners were freaking out. And, people are boycotting. He's like trying to make it seem like, oh, we're so sad, blah, blah, blah. And Ariana's like, why would anyone want to give their money to someone like that? And he's like, yeah, like we have this family. She goes, he didn't give a single flying fuck about your fucking family. And I agree. And that's why this is pathetic of Schwartz to even come to Ariana like this. Because what did he think was going to fucking happen? Exactly, that's what we were saying too. He's going to cheat on me and be able to walk away unscathed. He said, I just wanted to come look you in the eyes and just say, I'm so fucking sorry for this whole thing. I'm not looking for sympathy here, but I'm being painted as this co-conspirator and it's fucking devastating to me. She's like, look, I don't think that you're that person, but I will not have mutual friends with him, so I'm not your friend anymore. That kind of like made me sad. She was like, oh, this is fucking ride or die. Ugh. Defended him to you even. Trying to get him to go 5 days without drinking so that he could, oh, I might cry, guys. So that he could get his fucking sperm tested so we could have embryos frozen, because if you really wanted to go down the road, I wanted him to be able to have that. That is so sweet. I love her. I wish I didn't miss him, but I feel like what I miss is not real. So then we finally get to the end scene with Shayna and Sandoval. She says Sandoval finally texted me, wanted to have me hear him out. Then she goes on to explain how they've been friends for like 14 years. And I love Brock. I love Brock's role in this. He's like, oh, hey, bro. Right away, he's like, I got to go to the park with Summer. And he's like, what do you got there? Give it to me. What is that? He's like, oh, it's a tough one you put us in, brah. I'm going to let Shayna have a chat with you. Sandoval could not even look Shayna in the eye. Couldn't even look at her. And she's devastated. I want to cry again, guys. Oh, he's like, I just want to say I'm really sorry, but also to you. I guess that night when they found out, he was saying to Shayna, like, you're not even my real best friend. And, like, that's, like, the worst thing you can say to Shayna. She goes, Sandoval acted like our friendship was never anything, made comments like, I'm not one of your best friends. Oh, that's Shayna's heart broken in half if you ever say you're not her best friend. Sandoval knows this. He said that to her to hurt her. Why? Because she was upset that she found out the truth? This man is a monster. Oh my God. He goes, when I turned 40, I had this sort of like spiritual awakening, like I was going to break up with Ariana regardless. She's like, but you didn't. You fucked your best friend instead. She's like, I don't know you. The person I questioned 6 years ago in Miami, which, by the way, always thought was true, which, by the way, on Watch What Happens Live, Ariana confirmed that she always knew about Miami Girl. Ouch. And she asked, is this the first time you've ever cheated on Ariana? He said it was one other time. And he said it so fast. Like when he was like, when Ariana asked, when are you going to see her again? He goes, tomorrow. And that's how he answered this one. Like, have you ever cheated on Ariana before? He's like, it was one other time. He said it so quick. She's like, you're sick. She goes, just a random person? He goes, yeah. Well, no. It's not fair. I'm not going into it. Things with Ariana have not been good for a very long time. I cannot hear that from him anymore. He better not come to the reunion with that shit. She's like, then why would you buy a house with her? He said, I thought it would bring us back together like a Band-Aid. And how do I end a relationship? Literally, his words, he doesn't know. Just admit it. You are a little wussy pussy man-child who can't do a basic emotionally mature thing to do with somebody. End a relationship. Maybe we'll have to do a separate episode on that. How do you end a relationship? Okay. Shayna just goes off. Like, you have a conversation with her. He's like, what am I going to do? She's trying to kill herself. And he goes, then you know what you do, Sandoval? You fly in Tanya. You bring over Jeremy. And you have all her fucking friends there ready to rally around her like we're doing right now. Oh my God, I'm getting chills again. And then we pick up the pieces where you effing left. You don't fuck her friend. The way Shayna said this was so mom-like, and I loved it. You don't fuck her friend. Oh, God. He says what did he say? From an outside point of view, it's easy to say I should have broken up with Ariana, which I should have. But emotionally, it was like climbing Mount Everest. He's basically admitting that he's emotionally immature. Shayna's like, I don't even know where to go from here. I mean, obviously, we're not friends anymore because I can't support anything you've done, and I'm really going to miss you. She's like, right now, you don't deserve any friends, and I need to go make my baby dinner. All right, next week we got the reunion. The way Raquel walks in is very chilling, like very black heart. Not like blonde hair, black heart, because he actually has good heart. But this, oh God, it's awful. And just like everyone's face and woo! It's awful, awful, awful. So let me go back. Wait, oopsies. All right, real quick. I know we're over 2 hours. I knew this was going to be a long one, but I want to go to my stories because this is where I take my notes for Watch What Happens Live. Let's see. So Ariana looked amazing, obviously. Look at her. Look at her. She looks amazing when she's not done up. And then look at her when she's done up. Oh, my God. Ah! So good. I did a poll. I asked, is Sandoval, or like, was he really crying to Lisa? And 78% said no. 255 people think no. let's see. So Andy asked Ariana on Watch What Happens Live, what do you think about the mob mentality? And she's like, I don't think there is a mob mentality. So I was like, yay! She basically said we could keep talking shit about Scandoval. I'm just kidding. Like, let's not be D or S. Luann, we're not doing that. Okay. She said Raquel has been sending letters to Tom, one of which was just delivered 4 days ago. This is why I think that they may not be broken up. Mickey Rourke-Hands hasn't even tried reaching out to Ariana. That is bizarre. Ariana thinks Sandoval wanted to wait until after Winter House filming so that Tom could still look like the good guy that laughs. That makes me laugh so hard. At one point on Watch What Happens Live, and make sure you go check it out on Bravo, obviously. But Ariana speaks directly to Tom Sandoval into the camera, and I freaking loved it. And then I already mentioned today she's going to be on the Today Show and The View. I need to go watch it. There's after show footage, all this stuff. I don't know, did anything else come out since... here's a clip of her looking amazing, doing her press tour. And I think that's it for today, guys. Wow. This is the longest episode I think we've ever had. I'm going to go through some comments real quick. Yes, this is opinion only. That's from my friend Amy Linda, who joined in the beginning when I was giving my disclaimer. I followed that account on IG. Yes, you guys should follow every account that I mentioned here, by the way, if I didn't make that clear. I hate him so much. Yes, I hate him so much too. They have many of hot tub nights, I'm sure. I said that reality TV is the new modern age soap too. Yes, it is. I think, but it's more than that. It's like anthropology. It's like an intersection of anthropology, sociology, psychology. Like we're in deep. I hated the way he spoke to her. Wash rice, huh? Okay, for my white peoples. If you don't wash your rice, you need to start washing your rice. It's supposed to take out like a lot of the starch and any like, debris that you don't want in your food. So just wash your rice. Not once, not twice. I do it until the water is as clear as I can possibly get it. Let's see. That was one of the 5. Hilarious that Andy called it out that no contracts have been sent out yet. Oh my gosh, Cheer Girl, are you blocked by Jax? I might have to block Jax, actually, because he goes on my IG lives and he derails everything. Desmond Curry, can't wait for BravoCon. Yes, BravoCon. Don't forget, we're smoking together with these. So make sure you get yours if you want to all smoke together. Let's see. I don't want cameras in my face. Another lie. Yeah. Stop filming me. I'm so glad I found you. Oh, thank you. I love you guys. You are definitely a witch. See? Told you. I cannot wait to see you at BravoCon. Yes. Woo woo. So happy my work call ended early. Love you guys. Smoke one for me. Anyone and everyone going. I like how the cast says they aren't going to film with Tom and Raquel for season 11. I'm like, some of the cast should think Tom and Raquel scandal because of that didn't happen. Then the season would suck. That may be true. He did cheat out of stupidity, the stupidest decision of his life. Yes. Let's see. I was one of the 33% that said to switch it up. Our brains could use a break and the new show is news a chance. Yeah, I do need a break sometimes. I feel like I'm behind on the new show's drama because no one is covering it. Okay. But I like to at least keep up through blogs. Love Loathing in LA. Everything they cut out of the Rachel Katie fight was awful. Yeah, I need to see more. Hey, Max was here. Kristen was here. It's okay. I never expect you guys to be here like for all 2.5 hours, okay? I'm just happy that you even stopped by. Demented, sick. Yes, Chris, they are awful. He's such a narcissist. Twirling his villain stash. Rachel also showed zero remorse or regret. I screamed at the TV all night. His attempted defense of his action is actually insane. Yes, I agree. He is gaslighting her and wanting to place blame and responsibility on her. He is vile. He's vile. I don't think the show can recover. I think the guys are done. Make it a woman empowerment show. Yes. She was spitting daggers at him. Yes, she was. You could see it in his face every time he was cut. Yes. Same. I gay gasp. Heartbreaking and real. Oh. Schwartz is a clown too. Yes. This episode was the most I've ever liked Shayna too. I'm loving seeing Ariana living her best life. Yes. Do you think it was the first time they said it? Oh, I think she's talking about the I love you part between Tom and Raquel. I don't know. I need to know too, though. It felt like Tom just said it back because they were on camera. Oh, maybe. Where was the kiss that was supposed to be on? Yeah. Makes me wonder if that kiss from the mid-season trailer was Rachel instead of... Oh, I don't think so. I feel like she was thinking, did he really just say that? And maybe she thought it was for the camera, so she said it, and he just instinctively responded. Oh, my God. This was the saddest part, talking about she didn't even want to have kids, and she was willing to have a baby with him. That really was heartbreaking. Really, truly heartbreaking. Shayna was dragged so hard season 1. The scene made me cry, too, that he was... so nice to her at upfronts and then says she wasn't one of his best friends. You can't say that to Shayna or else you're done. I hated Shayna all season until last night. She is a good friend. Yeah, she is. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave. Thank you so much for everyone joining. I know this was a long one. Oh my gosh. I love you all. I appreciate you, and I'm just glad that we got to do this today. It's a lot. All right, until next time, don't forget to watch the reunion next week, and I'm going to go catch up on all the things that Ariana did today on her press tour. All right, love you all. Stay lit.